On Saturday, June 10th and 17th, Lifetime Network debuts two brand new original movies entitled Real Love and Strength of a Woman, which are based on the hit songs of nine-time Grammy Award-winning music legend Mary J. Blige. Blige, who also executive produced the movies, recently sat down for with our very own Xfinity music editor Kwam for a new episode of Xfinity Hangouts. Kwam, please tell us more about this one. Was it a dream come true?
It was so amazing being able to sit down with Mary J, Auntie, as we love to call her. Real quick, David, I'm so salty you didn't make a Tony Braxton, Mary J. Blige transition. It would have been chef kiss. It would have been in the moment, but it would have been chef kiss.
You
Anyway,
know,
Missed
you know how hard
opportunity.
it was for me to not mess up saying dancery. Like I was so sure I was gonna mess up that lyric. So
you did a great job, David.
thank
You
you.
did a great job. But yeah, it was so amazing being able to sit down and talk to her. She's she's one of the people like who you see on screen is who you get. But let's take a look at the trailer for her shows real quick.
Mary J. Blige. I'm so excited to bring you an exclusive event featuring two new Lifetime original movies
22 Apple, take one.
inspired by my music. When I wrote Real Love and Strength of a Woman, I was searching for love in people and couldn't find it. I finally found it in myself. I think the song resonates because everyone is searching. As executive producer of these movies, I've been able to develop these songs into love stories with my music as the backdrop. Real Love is about a HBCU freshman, Kendra. I relate to Kendra. She's strong-willed, talented, determined.
Chase after passion, not security.
The follow-up of that is Strength of a Woman.
I really missed you.
Don't say that.
I'm her husband.
I fell in love with storytelling when I was a little girl. A good love story is the journey. That's the core. Everyone has a story, period. It was a dream come true to make my songs into movies. Real Love and Strength of a Woman will premiere this June on Lifetime. I hope you enjoy.
With it being hip hop's 50th, I want to get your list, your Mount Rushmore of rappers, your personal list that you would have on your Mount Rushmore.
Man, my Mount Rushmore, that's deep.
Listen, I'll give you mine first. I'll go
I
first.
can't do that. I can't do that because Mount Rushmore is like, so how many rappers are on? How many people?
So
are on Mount
it's
Rushmore?
four. It's four. I'll give you my four.
Okay,
And this is no order, kind of. Jay-Z,
of course,
Lil Wayne,
of course.
Kendrick Lamar,
Oh, of course.
and now I'm split between Ye and Drake. For my generation, Drake did a lot. You're probably looking at me sideways. You're like, oh,
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Drake is dope, and so is Kanye. So I see why you could be split.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what you're gonna do with it. You might have to put both their faces on.
That's
on
what I was thinking. Like Ye side and the Drake side, it's like they got to co-op that fourth spot. But now I gave you my list.
I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it?
Can't.
That's crazy.
Because I have two. Listen, did you hear all the people that I just mentioned?
You did. You mentioned a lot of greats, but
And there's more for me, and there's more, and I forgot about. Hold on, and I forgot about Drake and Kendrick Lamar and Lil Wayne. Man, they belong in there. But I can't do it. It's just it's too many. Like hip hop is really, it's too many, man. It's too many. It's too many. We can take it back to the 80s. You got Rakim. You know what I'm saying? You got Rakim and KRS-One. And those guys that I just mentioned. Come on, man. I can't do it.
Oh my God, Kwam, I'm absolutely beaming the way you just are sitting there with a legend, and you're like, I'm gonna give you mine first. Hold on a second, Mary J. Blige. Let me tell you who the four greatest rappers are of all time. Now you do it. Like,
like David, I am dripping in objectivity.
you should have told her that.
I mean, it might. I don't know. She's the queen of R&B and hip hop and soul, and so she has a little bit of cachet, I guess. I don't know. Maybe her opinion counts more than mine. But you should have seen before. She just before we start that clip showed. She rattled off maybe 10 names of legendary hip hop artists who are all her contemporaries, which is so interesting to think because usually when I'm having these discussions about who's your favorite, who's your greatest, it's with people who are like me, just fans. And she's really a contemporary with all the artists she named. She grew up with them, quote unquote, within the industry. So I can understand why it would be very difficult for her to, give out her favorite fours because, again, a lot of those people are her friends. And just with her vast knowledge of hip hop, I could only imagine how difficult of a selection that may be. But y'all saw my four. Y'all saw who I was rooting for. Show the graphic. Show the graphic. This is the true top four of hip hop of all time. Because Kwam, who is dripping in objectivity, can't be wrong. And so, like I said, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Kendrick, and we had to choose one, so I had to throw Drake in there because Drake, he's done so much again for my generation in regards to shaping the sound of music today. It's impossible not to include him in this list. These are my top four. Y'all can debate with yourselves if it's right or wrong or not. We all know it's right because once again, but I do want to hear y'all opinion in my selection.
I mean, it's I couldn't even argue. You know the genre much better than I do. Like, who am I to say? I do have like my own Mount Rushmore of sorts that I put together.
Oh, let's hear it.
Because of
Do
this.
tell.
So, and it's not specifically rap. It's like rap, R&B, hip hop, etc. So, and it's definitely based on the artist I listened to in high school and college. I wouldn't say that they're all quite deserving of having their faces carved into the side of a mountain, but nevertheless, my personal Mount Rushmore would include Michael Jackson, Outkast,
okay,
50 Cent, and TLC.
This is the most random Mount Rushmore ever. I was not expecting any of those names.
I'm telling you, this was just based on. So obviously, MJ is a controversial pick now, but like, who didn't grow up listening to his music? It's just ingrained. Outkast's Stankonia was one of my favorite albums in high school. I had my Discman hooked up to my car stereo with the little cassette tape adapter in my 89 Ford Thunderbird, which sounds really nice, but the thing was just a piece of crap giant boat of a car. I remember like riding through the Lancaster suburbs playing Bombs Over Baghdad like I was some sort of badass, like really embarrassing. I absolutely wore out 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying when I was in college. I have really like visceral reactions to hearing songs from that album. It brings me right back to a very specific place and time, driving places, going to do college things. And I was only 10 when TLC's Crazy Sexy Cool came out, but hell if I didn't play that album on repeat like I understood every single word of it. When Left Eye rapped about tootin' cane into your own vein, I rapped along like it was a shared experience. Totally clueless, but that is my Mount Rushmore of music.
I'm just imagining David driving through like college campuses, bumping Hustler's Ambition as he's about to go to his calculus class. Like that could be amazing.
Oh, I took a drive up to like, it was another college in Pennsylvania, somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. And I remember I was being a wingman for a friend and we were going up, like it was midnight. I'm driving through the sticks and,
Yeah, window shopper playing.
Right. 100%. Yeah, it was a real time. Sammy, do you have a Mount Rushmore?
I do. Although embarrassingly, mine maybe does not fall in the hip hop category, and it's really only 3 members. It's specifically the 3 members of Boy Genius, my favorite group of all time. Leading the charge in the Mount Rushmore would be Phoebe Bridgers, if you all are familiar. Next to her would be Lucy Dacus, and then to the other side would be Julian Baker, the 3 members of Boy Genius, which is my favorite group ever. They just released an album a few months ago called The Record. It's amazing. But then also, like, maybe off to the side, there would be like 3 more little faces for like the members of the Jonas Brothers, perhaps. And then maybe like over here, maybe someone else, I'm not sure. But yes, that's my Mount Rushmore is Phoebe Bridgers and the Jonas Brothers.
Sammy, I just discovered Boy Genius just randomly, and I've been playing this song Not Strong Enough on repeat for like, literally the last week, over and over again. I had no idea.
Literally my favorite band person ever. Yeah,
Oh my
anything
God.
Phoebe Bridgers does, I will follow.
I didn't even know it was Phoebe Bridgers. I had literally no idea. I heard the song, I think, on Instagram or something, and I was like, what is this song? And then I looked it up, and I've been playing that same song. I haven't even listened to really anything else. It's just that one song over and over again.
I'll
You'll
make you a
have to send
playlist.
me, please send me a list of recommended
Yeah,
songs.
I have a playlist. It's called the Phoebe Bridgers Universe, and it's all the different offshoots because it's a pretty expanding universe as it goes. It now includes Bo Burnham. Fun
This
fact.
is a multiverse right here.
This is a real multiverse. Multiverse is
Amazing.
my multiverse of madness.
The Sammyverse.
The Sammyverse.
Samverse.
Amazing. Please send that to me. And thanks, Kwam, for all of this.
It was amazing.
And you can check out Kwam's entire interview with Mary J. Blige and much more by saying Hangouts into your voice remote. And the first of Mary's movies, Real Love, is now available with Lifetime on demand. Go check it out. The second film, Strength of a Woman, premieres this Sunday, June 18th on Lifetime at 8 p.m. Eastern.